Hey guys, Rico with ZipDrain here. I hope all you guys are staying safe out there during this coronavirus, and we got a little bit of time today, so here in the shop we want to just go over a few tips and tricks on the ZipDrain. And the first thing I want to show you guys today is how we jet from a floor drain. So what we have here is we have a Odie replacement flange, twist on, and then we just cut this flange piece off and you end up with this. So then what we do is we take our 3-inch head, we get our drill, we just tighten this down real good. What we do first is we take a little bit of pipe lube or a little grease and we put it on the threads here, and that way this goes on real smooth when you go to insert it into your floor drain. We just get this snug, we get it put in there, and then we're able to tighten this on with our head. Now we do this same thing for toilet collars, and now that's in there, that's not coming out. So then once you got your head in there, you take your jetter hose, get it down in there, you cam your ZipDrain on, and now you're ready to go. We do this a lot in preparation for lining sewers or descaling when we got to get the scale out. We could take a shop vac here or sucker truck and we hook it up right to our discharge here, and now you're ready to jet the sewer and keep it all watertight. Keep it clean in your customer's home. With everything going on, I mean, it's always important to keep stuff clean, but people really like that aspect that now we're not going to be getting water everywhere all over the homes. The other thing that we do is that if you have a floor clean out, we have different adapters here that we use for 3-inch, 3.5, and 4-inch, that you also just adapt your whatever size head goes right on there, and you adapt it down to your floor clean out. In the instance that you do not have threads left on your floor clean out, you can use this same thing that you use on your collar and just get it snug in there. Oh, a little more. And get your head on there, and then you can tighten that right up on there and go from there like that. If you have a 3.5-inch, which in our area a lot, our floor cleanouts are 3.5 on the cast iron. This is from electrical conduit. You just go to electrical supply house, and what you end up doing is you take a 4-inch coupling and you just glue it right over the top of your 3.5-inch, and this is what you end up with. And now your 4-inch head will go right over this, and you'll be able to jet from any clean out, whether it be a wall clean out or floor clean out. Again, keep everything contained. With the ZipDrain is we always keep a can of WD-40. So we want this hose to slide freely. We give it a little spray, and you can see that makes a big difference. You don't want this grommet to invert on itself, so the WD-40 helps it slide easier, and your grommet's going to last longer that way. The other thing that we do when we're jetting is we got our shop vac here, and we can hook our discharge hose right up to our shop vac, or some guys use pumper trucks, and that way as you're jetting, you're pulling everything back, you're sucking all the scale or the debris right into your shop vac. Okay, here's how we attach to kitchen sinks or any small drain that you have, whether it be urinal or whatever. What we have here is our kitchen attachment, and this comes with either a 3 or 4-inch reducer coupling on it. Right here we have a 4-inch head, so we got the 4-inch reducer coupling. You get your hose up under the cabinet, and then you would use one of your 3, you either would use a, whatever you guys know, your 1.5 or your 2-inch. This is what we use for urinals. So you get that on to your clean out or your waste arm, whatever. Get that on, you cam it, and now Now you're jetting, you're not under the kitchen sink, that's through there. You get your hose through here. Jet, we always keep our valve off until we get back. So once we pull our hose all the way back, the nice thing is that you don't have to stop at the bottom, you're getting water. You can pull your jetter hose all the way back into the body, get your debris. Once you got it all in there, you can open up your valve and we just take it, we dump our debris right into the bucket. Now you're assured that all the debris is out of the line and that your kitchen is flowing or your small drain is flowing now. One other thing that, real quick, that we found you can do with this, a lot of guys in colder climates, they're actually taking this and they're reducing it down to 1 inch or 3/4 inch, and they're getting a dedicated jetter hose, and they are thawing water lines with it, you know, up in the northwest and up north. So that's another nice thing. You get your water line thawed out, pull your hose out, now you got time, and then while you're doing that, you can be discharging all your water into a floor drain or what have you. Well, just a couple things we wanted to go over with you guys today. Hope everyone's staying safe out there, and good luck. Okay, so when you got your ZipDrain and you're doing your hydrojetting with it, the thing you want to remember is that for every different size hose you have, whether it be 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/8, 5/16, whatever size hose you have, you always want to get a different grommet. So if you have 3 size hoses that you jet with, you want to get 3 different grommets, and you want to cut them to the size of the hose so that they fit snugly over here. That'll create your watertight seal. And the way you do that is you just take your jetter hose with no head on there, you push it in, you probably can't see that too well on here, you feel for where that's at, and then you just take a utility knife or scissors and you're just going to make that cut. And I always start out a little smaller than what I think it's going to be, just for the fact that you can always cut a little bit more off, but you can't add, of course. So we start like that. You push that in, and now you should have a watertight seal on there where it's going to go through smooth. And again, keep your WD-40 by you when you're jetting to make sure that the grommet is not doing this and inverting on itself. So again, for every size hose, you want to cut a different grommet. When you have real small hose like 5/16 or whatever, the way we do it is we just take a drill. We take a drill here, and then we just drill the grommet out, and that way. And now you have for your small hose. And again, you want it to fit snug, not so tight that it's going to rip or invert on itself. Just snug enough to keep your watertight seal. Our grommets out is just with a piece of 1.5 inch pipe. We put it in there to hold the grommet. Take that out. Take the grommet with the desired size hose you're going to be using. It's a real fast swap out, so not real difficult. And that's just to hold it in while you tighten it up. So you always want to keep a small piece of pipe with you for changing your grommets out easily. All right. All right, I just want to go over a couple things with you guys real quick. When you guys get the ZipDrain, or if you already have the ZipDrain, everyone's asking, oh, does it work on cast iron? Does it work on brass? What can I drill with it? Is it only good for PVC? Your ZipDrain comes with 3 different size heads, and each head has an insert in it. So if you're using it on brass, you would use your 3-inch with the insert, and that just, well, I should have loosened it first, but anyway, that would just go right over that. If you're on PVC, you would remove your insert, and that comes out relatively easy. Anyway, it'll also go on to 4-inch PVC. Again, the PVC has the insert in it on the 4-inch, and you take it out, and now you can go on 4-inch cast iron. When you're on 4-inch cast iron, you want to try to get to a round part. If you have the overpour on the cast, you just want to knock that off. Some of it has the overpour on it. We're outside of Chicago, so we see a lot of cast iron with brass cleanout caps. We see old cast iron with the cast cleanout caps with the lead on them. So again, this was designed so that you know, for all different types of scenarios. The 6-inch head that we have in the case, that'll work on 6-inch PVC and 6-inch cast iron. It'll also work on 5-inch cast iron. In Chicago, some of the old roof drains, they're 5-inch coming down, and with the insert in, it's the same diameter as the 6-inch PVC. So that's just a couple things we wanted to go over with you guys. Having questions about what type of covers will it drill and so forth and so on. For those of you, I've had some calls about, hey Rico, I don't have a hub on my clean out. It's straight pipe. I got a no hub clean out here. What we do is, what you can do for that is just take a regular mission coupling, either cut it or leave it on. You just put that on, and you're going to use that as a spacer. So now your 4-inch head will go right over that, and now you just made your seal, and now you could jet or drill or whatever you have to do from that particular clean out when you do not have a hub. All of these heads are designed to go over hubs at a pipe, whether it be 3-inch, 4-inch, or 6-inch. So again, if you do not have a hub, you just use a regular mission coupling, and you can cut it or leave it on full, just like I just did here. And now that's your spacer to create your seal. I just want to let you guys know, with the ZipDrain, you can drill through multiple different types of material, different size covers. Here's a brass cover. You see the knockout you get there. So these are all covers here that we've drilled out with the tool, and we're just going to take a minute and we're going to show you guys how we do that, how we drill out the covers, how you attach the head, how you choose your head. So depending on your pipe material, your head, we're going to go on the 4-inch cast iron. So you'd remove the insert from your 4-inch head. Again, you want to find a nice round spot on your cast. You go on, get yourself lined up there, and then you can see in the middle here, you get yourself centered, and then you can just tighten this down. And this is a high tension clamp, so you can really clamp that down good. In the colder months, you're going to want to tighten your head on there, let it relax for a little bit because the temperature change from being in your truck to in the house. And then once you, before you drill the cover, you just want to give it a little snug again. You're going to take your ZipDrain body. This is our drill body. You're going to take your head here, or your hole saw here, into your head. This is a brand new one, so it's a little stiff. Anyway, you want to get this lined up. You don't want to put this on and then try to line this up. It's going to be difficult. So before you put your body on, you line up your head. You get it in there. Cam it down. And we like to use our strap. And what our strap's going to do for us, when we put this strap on here, what that's going to do for us is that's going to help our ZipDrain stay square, so that your washer here, you're not getting a leak when you're drilling and moving this around. That helps this stay square. Again, get your head on, get your body on, your strap on. Before you put your drill on, you go to drill. Again, just snug this up. That's a high tension clamp, so it'll take it. So you want to snug your back nut here just by hand. You get your drill, 1/2 inch. You want to use a drill with a handle, so that way you're not spinning on yourself. So we're in Going forward here, and drilling forward, and then you just pull right through. So once you get through, normally the way we have it, we have our valve closed. You've just drilled through. You want to pull this all the way back so that your chambers, your drain is clear here. You pull this back into the chamber, and we made that chamber extra long so that you can pull your hose saw back, keep your drain clear. Once you're in, you got water coming to you. You want to open this up, discharge into your can. Once you believe that the sewer is clear, you want to have them flush upstairs. Make sure you got clear water coming through. If you do not have clear water coming through, you want to just take this. You don't want to spin this back in. You want to take it, just line it back up. You can push this back through. If you do get paper block there, you push this back through, clear it, pull it out, let everything drain. If that does not work and it's blocked here at the T, you know, everyone's using flushable wipes nowadays. If it blocks here at the T, what you could do is you could take your pump, drop it in your bucket of water, reconnect it to your ZipDrain here, to your 2-inch can. You turn the pump on, it'll blast that clear, and then you'll be able to drain everything down into your bucket. That's the way we do that. So a lot of guys are saying, oh, you know, I'll just pull a toilet, or I'll go from this place or that place, you know. We like to go from the overhead whenever possible. You know, if you got a bathtub full of water, your toilet's full of water, that's going to be a mess in your customer's home. You know, we're in Chicago, an older area. You got this old cast iron, you're going to ride through there. If you poke a hole in the pipe or it splits on the top, now you got a mess in their basement, you know. We designed this tool to just to keep our customers' homes clean and keep them happy. So that's how we drill covers. And then once you're drilled, you're drained, you take that off, pull this off. There's the hole that you've just created. And again, this will go anywhere from 3-inch clean outs up to 6-inch clean outs. It'll drill a 2.5-inch brass cover. This bit is a 2.25-inch hole saw bit, and that's what we got. We'll put that on. Again, we'll take our ZipDrain body, line our hole saw up. Cam it in. Get our strap. Oh, here's our strap. Put that on. Snug our nut. All right, we're going to drill this PVC. Like I said, on PVC you can go a lot fast. You can go fast with this Morse bit. Again, always pull it all the way back so that your drain's clear. It's back into the chamber, and then we're going to show you how we get this PVC cover off. All right, sometimes on these stubborn PVC ones, which this one's on the cart, so it's moving on us a lot, we just cape them out. let me make one more cut. Get this out of here. Peace out. And we're out. This is a Morris bit, Morris hole saw bit, and we found that these work the best on PVC because of the fact that with it's a little bit thinner here. So with the different style hole saws with the different bits on the PVC, it tends to heat up and melt. So with the Morris bit being thinner steel here, you go full speed and you'll cut through this PVC clean out cap like butter. And of course, brass or cast iron, you want to use a little bit slower RPM. And we're getting 20-25 uses with each hole saw. And then we change it after that just because it starts to take a little bit longer. But again, like I said, this is a Morris bit, and we found that these work the best. So when we're using the ZipDrain, if we're using our can or our customer's can, we like to use these heavy 3mm plastic bags, and that way once you're all pumped down, you got your waste, you just grab your bag full of waste, and now you can pitch that in the trash. So, just a little something we wanted to share with you guys. Okay, so once your sewer's open or you're done jetting, you have a container full of water. You want to reattach your ZipDrain, reattach your head, reattach your ZipDrain body, cam it in place. If right here we're a little further from where our can is, so you would take your discharge hose, put that on. Then we just take an old sump pump. What we use an old sump pump. You drop it in your bucket of water. Lined up. You cam that together, and now you can pump everything back in. When you're pumping, you want to make sure that this is back far enough. Again, this is just hand tight on there. You're tight here. So now all your wastewater will go back down. You don't got to worry about solids clogging your pump. They're going to float to the top. Like I said, we just use an old sump pump, and that's how we do that. So I just want to go over a couple of the benefits of using the ZipDrain. For one, for us, it turns a two-man job into a one-man job when you're dealing with backed up overhead sewers. Ensures that the line is clear. Once you're done rotting, you can run water, plug in a pump so that you know you're open, you're not backed up. You're able to use larger cutters than you are if you were to go from a pulled toilet or a roof vent. And the other thing you're able to do is, if a lot of times in our area, you know, the overheads are shifted, and this allows you to get that clear and then show the customer, hey, look, your sewer's shifted. They don't have to take your word for it. They can see it visually. The other thing it does when you're hydrojetting, it turns your upstream access into your downstream, allows you to pull everything back, to your ZipDrain, so you're pulling out all the debris. You're able to flush a lot more water to ensure that the line is clean. It's safer. You're not worrying about the jetter head popping out on you, and it's cleaner. It's cleaner all around. You're not taking the chance on an overhead or getting wastewater in someone's basement. And when you're jetting, you're keeping everything encapsulated until the sewer's open. You know, a lot of times when we're hydrojetting, if there's any floor drains nearby or any other access, we'll plug those off with adjustable covers just so that everything stays contained into the ZipDrain, and you get the sewer clear.